Well, this is the first time we've been in our herb garden for a segment on the show this year, and we've got a few problems, a little bit of winter killing. We need to do some renovation. But on this side, we planted an unusual herb that is often referred to as coriander, cilantro, and sometimes Chinese parsley. So we're going to try to clarify that a little bit. We ordered some seed, and Twilly Seed Company was generous to donate this to us. But this particular one was called cilantro, and we had 2 rows of it. And over here we planted coriander, and we had 2 rows of it. And actually they're one and the same. The only difference is this variety is a little bit earlier. And also it's interchangeable on the different parts of the plant that you use. On the cilantro, we had a little bit of early growth on it, and the foliage, the juvenile foliage was real large like this. And then as it matures, it gets a little more feathery, and you can see it has a white flower on it. And the plant will get about 18 to 24 inches, and we've kept cutting it back because the foliage is what we're trying to use. Now, as it matures, it will seed like this one. And again, this one just did it earlier, and the coriander is really the seed that we're trying to use. And what we'll do is we'll just harvest some of those seeds when they start to dry and turn brown, and we'll just store those in our paper bag here, a plastic bag, and keep those stored. And then we'll cut some of our foliage off of this one, and we'll tie it up and let it dry. Now you can use it dry, but most people prefer to use it where it's fresh. Now, whether you call it cilantro or coriander, it's going to grow the same way. It prefers full sun. Again, it's an annual, so you have to plant it each year. Now that we've got our different parts of the plant collected that we're going to use, the foliage and the seed, we'll keep those and store them and let Barb show us how to prepare them in the kitchen. Now Barb, you probably noticed on the show the past few weeks, she kind of looked like she had swallowed a watermelon seed, and we were going to surprise everybody and talk about it today. But unfortunately, Barb didn't last another week and had a baby last weekend. And she had a baby boy, and both Barb and the baby are doing great. And we were going to tape some segments to get through for the next several weeks, but again, we didn't quite make it. So we want to wish Barb and her husband the best and hope that she enjoys her break, because we've got peaches waiting on her when she comes back. But while Barb is gone, we'd like to encourage you to send in some recipes, because those recipes that are selected and used on Oklahoma Gardening, we'll be sure and send you some canning tongs, or I guess that's what you call it. Again, it's one of those newfangled gadgets. But again, we want to wish Barb the best, and we'll miss her during her absence. And again, send in those recipes, and we'll see what we can come up with in the near future.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.